What's up guys, Blake here, and this is going to be the first of a scripting tutorial I'm making. When I started out scripting, I looked for tutorials, and the only thing I could find was from some dude named Windows Development, and his tutorial was just a very short one. This is going to be an actual series that I'm going to be continuously interacting with commenters and doing new stuff. So let's get started with the very basics. I'm going to show you how to create a script file, how to use Skirpt, and then we'll get into just some more specifics. Okay guys, so you can actually see that this is my second monitor, that's why it's square. I'm going to show you how to create and work with Skirpt. So I'm going to go and create a new text file, and I'm going to name it tutorial. What you want to do, if you want to upload a script file, you can open this. Let me pull it onto the right screen. You can edit this and do whatever you want with this, and then upload it, or like you can write in here, like write your code in here and everything, and then save it, which is what I suggest you do. Save it, write it, save it, upload it to your server and test it is what I suggest, but you can edit them directly from the server. I'm gonna imagine that I just had written code here. What you'd want to do is you want to do file, save as, tutorial, and you want to change it to all files and add that .sk at the end, and that .sk symbolizes the script file. So this is what your server file should look like. Plugins, and you want to find your Skirpt plugin and the one that says Skirpt in it. If it's not already there, create directory and name it Skirpts, all lowercase, like that. And it'll come with a bunch of these ones that have M dashes in front of them. You can just straight up delete them if you don't want them, or you can look into them and see kind of what they do. They're kind of like very basic stuff to do. Delete all of them though. These are the ones that I use, and so if I bring up tutorial.sk, it should be in documents. I can actually take this from my desktop, drop it right in here, and once it's in your Skirpt file, all you have to do is do sk reload, and then the name of it. You don't even need to add the .sk. You can just do this. Obviously it's telling me it's empty, so that's how you load a script. And now every time that I edit this tutorial.sk, you can right click on it if you're using FileZilla and use file edit or view edit, and now you can edit this. And if you do this, save, exit, and then it'll ask you if you want to change it. You hit yes. Now it's updated. Now it has this text in it. That's how you update and everything. So make sure that if you like what you've changed, you hit Control S, or you just go save, and then you can exit out and it'll ask you. You need to make sure you click on the FileZilla before you go to your server though, because if you save, exit out, and then go straight to your server and you don't allow it to update, then it will not work properly. So just want to make that very clear. Actually, I'm gonna start off with something really simple. So whenever we break sand, it sends you a message. So we have condition, in scripting there is an event, a condition, and then an action that Skirpt takes. Those three components build up 90% of what you'll ever do in Skirpt, and I'm going to show you the basics of them. So first thing is our event. So on break, and whenever you have one of these colons like on break, this is an event that can happen, and you're measuring if it does happen. You have this, you want to put a colon at the end, and then on the next level you want to hit tab. Some people use space. I don't like space, I use tab. It just makes it a lot easier to not mix stuff up. So very simple. So if event block, so you're referring to the block that's been broken, is sand, and there's your condition. So if that is sand, If it's anything other than sand, it'll just completely ignore it and stop doing anything, unless you add another if. And after the condition, you need to add another tab. After every time you have a colon, you want to add a new tab. If send, and anytime you're doing a message, it's always in quotes. Send just means send message in chat. Send, you have broken sand, quotations. And you can use color codes in Skirpt. I prefer to use the and, C and A and F, whatever, but I believe there are several other formatting systems that work. I won't go into them, but I will mention that they exist. And this is saved. We can update that, and if we Skirpt reload tutorial, I mean, I'm too close to spawn. Let me go further out on this map. Message in chat, you have broken sand. And that's like the most basic thing you can do. Now we're going to go into it a little bit more specifically. So let's say that we didn't want people breaking sand on the server for whatever reason. I'm obviously going to remove this before I release the server, so it won't be that much of a problem. You can add cancel event, and this will cancel whatever event started the entire situation. You could also add several conditions, and this is how you can add several conditions. If player is in survival, and now all this has to be an extra tab down because every time you have colons, you need an extra tab. So this will check on break if the block is sand. If the player is in survival, then you do this. So if I'm in creative, I can still break sand. You can stack several, and you can block it. And also, this is another important thing. If it gives you a error, it'll tell you what it thinks is wrong. So it'll say in survival is not an entity type, and then it'll tell you what line it's in, and then it'll tell you the full line. So if player is in survival, it will tell you what line it is, what it was, what it thinks is wrong. Okay, so it looks like I just formatted it incorrectly, and the correct formatting is if game mode of player is survival. Some of the formatting is kind of weird. If you need to look them up, I'll refer several resources that can give you several things. I'm just going to be covering Skirpt, SK Quarry, and SK Lunar, but there are several expansions to Skirpt that'll add more of these and make them easier. But if you need resources, I will put in the description a list of a bunch of good resources to find each formatting for each things. Like if I did event cancel, this probably wouldn't work down here. It needs to be in the right order or it won't understand you. So I fixed that. We should be able to, there we go, it loads perfectly now. So if I'm in more creative, I can break sand. And if I'm in game mode survival, I simply cannot. It won't let me. So that's the basics of that. Okay guys, that's going to be it for this video. The next one's going to be going over variables and commands. After that, I plan on just taking whatever you guys want in the comments section, along with a few other projects I wanted to show how I would do, just because I think it's nice to send that information out to other people who might want to do something similar that I'm doing. In regards, peace.